Hi, good morning. This is Matt, and I was struck by something today in Mass and also through a series of prayers recently and time with God spent in prayer that sometimes my prayers feel very obligatory, um, or there's a sense of spiritual dryness. And you hear the saints talking about this often. Um, St. Teresa of Avila talks about periods of dryness in prayer where you just feel like you're in a desert, like God's not there, you're kind of on your own, you're not getting any kind of sustenance in the form of consolation from God. And St. Teresa of Calcutta also experienced many years of what she called spiritual dryness in her letters to her spiritual director. And I think this is a sign of God inviting us into a deeper relationship with Him, because we're not receiving that consolation. So we have to try even harder and pray even harder to God to get that kind of intimacy that we would normally experience through the consolation He gives us. I also read a recent quote from Father Mike Smits that was really good on this topic, where he said that any day where you experience dryness, when you go to Mass or do your prayers, that's a good day, because that means you now have the opportunity to go spend time with God, not out of a sense of wanting or getting something back from Him, but just as a true act of sacrifice and love and devotion to Him. And so when you get that opportunity to do that without, the expectation or realization of any kind of reward, that's a blessing. And I never really thought of it that way before, but it's a beautiful idea. And I also wanted to share, during one of my prayers during adoration, I was kind of confessing to God that sometimes I just feel like I'm going through the motions, honestly, doing the rosary or any of those kind of prayers. I'm listening, but my heart's not really in it, or I'm saying the words, but I'm not really taking my time. I'm rushing through them. I'm not really meditating on the words. And God said, you know what? In my mind, that's okay. Keep doing what you're doing. You're on the right path. And it's gonna yield results. It's gonna yield rewards. And honestly, it's not even about the rewards. It's really about changing you. It's gonna change you. And you're gonna see that putting in that effort, putting in those hours is worth it. It's a subtle change, but just dedicating that time, doing that act of love, God appreciates it, I think. So I hope that gives you all some help in your prayer lives. If you're ever feeling the same way I am, where you're having some, you're in a spiritual desert, experiencing some dryness, and you're maybe not getting the consolation that you used to get when you first started praying or during a certain time in your life, I think that's God inviting you into a deeper relationship and intimacy with Him. And then also it's that opportunity to really show your dedication and love for God, even if sometimes you feel like you're just saying the words. Honestly, it's still having an effect. So keep it up. Here's some encouragement for you, and I pray for your success in your prayer life. If you've fallen away, get back into it. There's many resources out there. I'm happy to recommend a few. If you want to contact me, it's worth it. I'll be praying for you. Amen.